Hello, I'm Mrs. Campbell, the school media specialist here at Parkview. And I wanted to tell you about some exciting books that have just been unboxed in the Media Center. You can see behind me this giant cart. It has two sides. These are all books that have been purchased to replace books that were lost or stolen. So every time you pay your $20 when you lose a book, I get to purchase the book again so that other people can read it. So I thought that I would highlight a few of the books that are now back in our media center. The first one I wanted to share with you is Paperweight. Paperweight. This is realistic fiction. You can find it in realistic fiction. It is a great story about a girl who unwillingly has to go to a treatment facility for an eating disorder. And she has an eating disorder because she wants to starve herself to death because she feels like she was responsible for the death of her brother. So, really, really interesting book. Glad that one's back. Here's a historical fiction book called A Fall of Marigolds. This is such an interesting story. It actually has two separate plots going on. One is the story of a woman who is working on Ellis Island when people are coming over, and she meets up with this mysterious man with a mysterious trunk, and it's this whole mystery. And the other modern part of the story takes place right after 9/11. It's a fascinating historical story. Glad that one's back too. Apparently this was a popular one because I had to order 2 new copies of this. So people may have lost this, or kept it because it's so good. This is the story. It's a dystopian novel. So if you like stories that take place in really bizarre worlds, this is for you. I believe they've made this into a miniseries on TV too. So really, really good stuff. Oh, My Name is Memory. This is a fantasy novel, and I'm usually not a fantasy person, but this book is amazing. It's about time travel, and it's about this woman and this man who sort of seem to be soulmates of some sort, but they never seem to connect in all their lives. They're able to go from life. They live and then they are reincarnated back into the world as a different person, and some of them are able to remember all their lives. Oh, it's so fascinating. This one, such a traumatic yet incredible historical tale about a woman who was a real woman, even though this is historical fiction, a real woman who kidnapped babies or stole babies from moms in their hospitals, in their hospital beds, had them sign away their lives while they were all doped up. And she took their babies and kept them in this home for rich people to come and adopt them. Oh, and the things that happen in that home, terrible. So a really, really good historical novel. We also got back The Martian. This is a sci-fi. I believe it may have been made into a movie now. I'm not sure. But this is a story about a sci-fi story about an astronaut who gets stranded on Mars and how he has to survive by himself on Mars. It's a good one. It's a good one. This one I have not read yet, but I am fascinated, and I know a lot of you will be interested. And we got 2 new copies of this. So for those of you who are Michael Jordan fans, this is his story. Fascinating man, such an inspiration. So we also got Paul Volponi's book Black and White, which is a basketball novel. Paul Volponi actually came to speak at Parkview High School last year in our media center, and he's from New York. He's really a fantastic writer of urban fiction, and he writes a lot of sports books. So if you're interested, check it out. So these books are now back on our shelves. I'm excited. I would love to talk with you about books that you might be interested in reading. So come on in before the holidays and get a good book. Until next time.